They're trying to put this man behind bars at whatever cost. What's going on, guys? I hope you're all keeping well. We have some developments in this Trump case, and what is happening is third world banana republic stuff. You got to see this.
Attorneys Andy McCarthy and Brett Tolman. Gentlemen, we'll see how much we can get to here, but this is what's happening inside the courtroom right now. Judge Merchan just said it's clear the $1,000 fine is not working. He said going forward, this court will have to consider a jail sentence. He then said, the last thing I want to consider is jail. You are a former president and possibly the next president, end quote. Andy, why don't we just start right there, because he's going to assess the gag order yet again. The gag order stays, but he'll assess the fine. So I think you're up to 10, 11, maybe 14 grand. I don't know. I lost count. Andy, go ahead.
Bill, as I said to you last week, if I were Trump, I basically bring in a check for 10 grand every Monday and just say whatever I want. This is all politics at this point. I don't think the judge, I mean, it's easy for me to say because he's not going to put me in custody, but I don't think the judge, because of the politics of this, it would be disastrous politics for the Democrats, for the judge to put former President Trump in jail over this. So he'll continue to fine him. And as long as that's what it is, I think Trump should just pay the fine and otherwise say what he wants to say.
Okay.
You know, he can't incite, he can't defame. And if he says something really stupid, the prosecutors can use that against it. That ought to be enough.
Let's be real right now. Is this $1,000 fine gonna hurt Trump? No, absolutely not. It's a kick in the bucket for him. But the thing is, it shouldn't be happening in the first place. They're just trying to do whatever it takes to slow this man down. And they realize these fines are not going to work. So they're like, all right, maybe we actually have to put him in jail because there's no other way we can stop him.
Brett. Hope Hicks said this. Trump was worried about how this would be viewed at home, meaning the Stormy Daniels matter. Mr. Trump really values Mrs. Trump's opinion. She doesn't weigh in all the time, but when she does, it's valuable. And she also talked about him trying to make sure that his family is proud of his campaign. How much play does that have with the jury? I guess we'll find out when this thing wraps.
Well, Bill, you know, it's a pretty simple calculation. At this point, the prosecution is not really worried about a conviction because everything that they're identifying right there, all that you listed that was stated in front of the jury, really does outline where Trump was, what his mental state, and that's what a crime has to include, a criminal intent. At this point, we have not heard anything that suggests it was a crime for him to not want his family to hear some of these salacious details that were in the media. And it's not surprising, and the jury is going to react to that, you know, I think probably pretty positively, given Hope Hicks' testimony.
Now, what do you think of this whole idea, Andy? I mean, here we are at 9:38. Court could resume any moment now. And we have no idea who will be on the stand. It doesn't really matter about us. But it's the attorneys for the defendant. They are given no heads up to prepare, to get ready, just like when Hope Hicks walked out there at 11 a.m. on Friday morning. Maybe she comes back, or maybe we push on. Do you know of a case where the witness list was kept from the defense attorneys?
I've never heard of such a case, Bill. It's usually not in the prosecutor's interest because the judge then has to give the defense, if it's going to be fair, the judge has to give the defense some time to get ready for cross, which means the jury sits around, which the prosecutor never wants. But, you know, it's not any less unfair, if you think about it, Bill, than having an indictment that doesn't tell former President Trump what the crime is. So if he's not being even told what the crime is, which is about as basic as it gets as a due process violation, this is just par for the course. This is a travesty.
How can you hold someone without even a charge listed? That doesn't make sense to me. How are you supposed to defend yourself if you have nothing to base it off of? If you accuse me of stealing, for instance, okay, you believe I stole, and I will show you evidence to prove counter. But if you're just saying, oh no, you did something, and they're holding me back, like, okay, what do I say? How on earth am I supposed to clear my name? And you don't even have to be a Trump supporter to realize that. Just anyone who looks at the case for what it is.
And takes a couple shots. And Dana, I can officially report to you, red tie, white shirt on this Monday. Brett, back to the whole threat of jail time. The judge also said the magnitude of that decision is not lost on me. Your continued willful violation of the court's order constitutes a direct attack. It will not be allowed to continue, not allowed to continue. Do you see this as a possibility that the former president would actually be jailed before this thing is gone to a jury?
Well, absolutely. The judge is boxing himself in his own corner at this point. He's going to be the one that is going to threaten, and he's going to fine this limited fine. And he's doing it with the underlying order being unconstitutional. How does anybody that's in the position of Donald Trump, who knows it's an unconstitutional order, how does he, with all of his ability to communicate to the American people, how does he not make comments? How does he not talk about this case? He knows it's going to be an issue on appeal, but it's the judge who's now put himself in this position, and he's going to have to put him in jail because he's now threatened it. Otherwise, he looks feckless, and the president gets stronger.
If Donald Trump listens to what they say in this gag order, he doesn't speak, then they won. He should have the right, just as you and I, to say whatever he wants as long as he's not breaking any laws. So if I'm Trump's advisor, I'm telling him, listen, you're not doing anything wrong. You're not violating the Constitution. You're not doing anything like that. You keep doing what you're doing. Don't listen to these people. If they want to lock you up, then so be it. Be like Nelson Mandela. Get more popular in jail. Do not abide by this nonsense.
For a gag order violation, the judge is saying by 2:15 this afternoon, May 6, 2024, any posts on Truth Social must be taken down. So that was ordered from the bench a moment ago as well. We'll see what we get, gentlemen. Andy McCarthy, Brett Tolman, thank you so much, fellas. And
thank you.
We'll pick a name out of the hat to find out who's going to be on that stand. Thank you, guys.
That thing about taking down Truth Social posts is insane. Are you kidding me right now? It's not even like the creators of Truth Social are forcing him to take it down like they would be on Facebook and Instagram. But no. He created Truth Social, so he should be able to say whatever he wants. But no, the judges want him to take it down. That is crazy and a huge threat to free speech. Because a lot of people see this stuff and say, oh, whatever, it's Donald Trump. He's a bit out there. He's a bit bombastic. Like, yeah, you could silence him. Why not? No. If you silence him, then they could silence any of us. Because he is such a large voice. And if they're able to do that to such a man of his stature, then everyone else is toast. So I don't know. Hopefully this all works out and justice prevails. But who the heck knows anymore? But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this down below. I would love to hear them. And also, what do you think? Do you think Donald Trump will ever go back to Twitter, or he's stuck on Truth Social until the election? But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, make sure to smash that like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, I wish you guys nothing but the best. Till next time.